My parents kicked me out at 16 for a C in calculus. Last week, my mom called and asked me to take their new daughter for a while. The same parents who told me to go be mediocre somewhere else. Now they wanted me to fix the kid they had as a do-over. That day at 16, my dad didn't even raise his voice. He just said, pack. I ended up in a youth shelter, working nights at a grocery store, grabbing my GED, and clawing my way into a state school. I graduated and got a job at a nonprofit helping at-risk teens. I built a life so I'd never have to beg them for anything again. My brother told me years ago they had another kid, a little girl named Mia. He said they acted like starting fresh would erase what they did to me. I didn't ask for pictures. I didn't send a card. I stayed gone. Then my mom called from a random number, talking fast. Your dad lost his job, she said. Mia's sick. She has issues. We can't handle her. You work with kids, so you'd know what to do. She asked if I could take Mia for a few months, like she was dropping off a suitcase. When I asked why she didn't call family or friends, she snapped, don't make this harder. 2 days later, my brother called again, and he sounded scared. He said their house was trashed. He said they fought nonstop. He said Mia stayed in her room and looked thin. Then he said they'd been leaving her alone while they went to interviews. She was 6. That's when it stopped being about them and started being about a kid in danger. I drove over the next day without warning. My mom opened the door looking wrecked. The place smelled stale. My dad barely glanced up from his laptop. I asked, where's Mia? A tiny kid shuffled out in pajama pants, holding a beat-up stuffed frog. I took her to the front steps. I asked about the frog. Pepper, she whispered. I asked about school, and she shrugged. Then she asked, are you the sister who got in trouble? My throat went tight. She said our parents told her they used to have another kid, but she messed up, so she had to leave. I said, yeah, that was me. She asked if I was bad. I said, no, I just wasn't what they wanted. She looked down at Pepper and said, me neither. Inside, I told my mom I'd take Mia temporarily. She looked relieved in a way that wasn't love. My dad said, thanks, like I was doing him a favor. Nobody asked where I lived. Nobody asked what Mia needed. My mom just said, you'll handle it. You're good at this. Like I was a service they could outsource. That night I called my supervisor. She didn't soften it. You're a mandated reporter, she said. File. So I did. My hands shook the whole time. I hated the idea of strangers showing up in Mia's life, but I hated the idea of her staying there even more. The next day I came back to pick Mia up. First, my mom handed me one small bag. Then she shoved Pepper inside, like it didn't count. Next, she zipped it and stared past me. My dad stayed in the doorway, arms crossed. Mia climbed into my car without a goodbye. My mom waved like we were leaving brunch. Then the door shut. And that was that. That first night at my place, Mia ate 2 bowls of cereal without looking up. She asked if she was allowed to use the bathroom. She lined Pepper up next to her pillow like he was a guard dog. I sat on the edge of the bed and said, you're not in trouble here. She nodded once, like she didn't fully believe it yet. CPS showed up the following morning, and 3 days later, we were in an emergency hearing. My parents called it kidnapping, and their lawyer called me bitter. The caseworker showed photos of their house and read Mia's words out loud. Hungry, scared, left alone. The judge asked one question. If everything was fine, why did you ask her to take the child? My dad had no answer. I got temporary custody. My mom screamed that I was stealing her daughter. My dad called me vindictive. On my way out, my mom hissed, you owe us for raising you. I didn't even turn around. I just buckled Mia into my car, Pepper in her lap, and drove away. My phone blew up that night. Demands, guilt trips, bring her back. My brother texted once, I'm sorry, I'm glad she's safe. I blocked the rest and went back inside to help Mia brush her teeth. I slept on the couch outside her door. I listened for footsteps that never came. They threw me out for a letter on a report card. Then they tried to hand me their new kid like a problem to dump. They already made their choice. This time, I made mine.